right, so we have some cool things that I kind of want to show you guys today, right? So obviously this is going to be a sponsored stream of Heroes of Might and Magic, the card game, not TCG, not trading card game, the card game. Same, but different. Click the link, go to their Gamefound. You can back for the next 8 days. They've, I'm pretty sure, crushed all of their stretch goals already. It's a tactical card game. Obviously, it's set in the world of Heroes of Might and Magic. So I've actually never played Heroes of Might and Magic, which is ironic because I have a really old Heroes of Might and Magic game in this bin over here from my move that I guess was like my dad's or my cousin's or someone's that wasn't mine. But I obviously have heard a lot of good things about the universe. It's unique is what I'll show you. It's really cool. Obviously, it's a tactical card game. So like it involves actual like more than just trading card game strategy. It's not like, oh, I have this many cards in my hand. This is what I can play. This is what I can do. It's obviously easy to learn. It's very easy to pick up. It's meant to be played with 2 players. It takes about 30 minutes. What's cool is you can build your own decks in this. So think of like if Warhammer met like a card game kind of esque. You could do obviously there's certain starter sets. Some of the starter sets included are the Necropolis, the Castle faction, and Casual factions. But there's gonna be about 9 factions when they go live, which is crazy. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump in. This is what you're gonna land on. Let's watch the trailer first. How about we watch the trailer? Official trailer. Go to YouTube. Let's check it out together. See what we think. Also, by the way, it's made by Archon Studios. If you guys don't know, Archon Studios made a ton of really cool things. They made the Hero of Might and Magic board game. You know, they've done the Wolfenstein board game. So they're very well known. Quake board game coming soon also. So if you don't know, now you know. So here's the Heroes of Might and Magic TCG trailer. We're gonna check it out together.
I see the intricate patterns beneath the surface, the invisible threads that bind destinies of kingdoms. Mortal eyes perceive only chaos. They witness endless battlefields, a maelstrom of whirring spells, and a brutal collision of armies. Every battle begins with a choice, the spark that ignites the flame of strategy. Forge your very essence, and from your power, command legions of unmatched might. Subdue the lands, and lay claim to the artifacts that hold the echoes of forgotten secrets. For every choice you make, a thread of your destiny is woven.
Death Knight!
On the battlefield, what matters?
We're so in.
Surprise! But only the might of the elements will help you crush the enemy's army. Group your units into formidable stacks, dominate territory, take control of key strategic points. True power lies in dominating the map. Collect the entire set, unlock dozens of unique rewards. Will you be a hero and join me in the fight against evil? Join us. Your battlefield. I see the intricate patterns beneath the surface. The invisible threads.
Oh, so you see what I mean? Where it's kind of like a board game meets TCG. Obviously, it's like the card game. It's not supposed to be like a traditional trading card game, but it's super cool. This is their Gamefound page, so you can go back it. So be sure that you back before it's out, because what's cool is we're gonna go through this together and we're gonna kind of read it. We're gonna talk about it. You guys have questions. Obviously, we can try to answer them together. Let me just zoom in a bit here so it's a little bit easier for you guys to read. They reached their goal in 5 minutes. They hit their goal of 50,000 euros. They have almost 4,000 backers already, and they've almost raised $1 million, which is crazy. So obviously they're going for $1 million. So at 900,000, they're going to unlock the super stretch goal of a solo mode adventure module, fully adaptable with miniatures from Heroes of Might and Magic, the board game. So if they hit $1 million stretch goal, they're going to make a solo adventure, which is crazy. Like, not only do you get to play this, you know, board game style 1v1, but you could even have your like almost roguelike card game, which for me is sick. I'm super pumped. So obviously stretch goals increase. Down here, we're going to have a how to play video. We're going to watch that in a bit. We're not going to watch that right now. So pretty much 2 players, 30 minutes, and it's an EGC type of game. So it's an expandable card game, I believe is the acronym for EGC. So you buy a starter kit or a base kit or whatever, and then you can just continue to buy cards for it. It's not like a traditional trading card game where you're like ripping packs, right? This is an expandable card game, EGC. You'll buy a starter kit or you'll buy expandable, I believe. So you'll obviously hear it saying it's the latest addition to Archon's repertoire of games, promising to deliver many unforgettable nights based on the knowledge of their previous project. Get ready for more heroes. You can obviously do individual faction, merge units. There's 800 cards, around 175 tokens, and 9 kilograms of pure gameplay. That's crazy. I love that. This is kind of what the playmat looks like. I have a playmat here. You'll see it after. And obviously you have like these little starter decks, but then down here, this is like, it's crazy how much stuff you can get in this. This is absolutely insane. And as someone who is on a recent like board game kick, but I also love TCGs. I am so excited for this. So why back now? Obviously, you get flexible payments. This is cool. You could pay in 5 installments when you back. Obviously, you're the first in line, so you're going to get it first. You get exclusive rewards, goodies, and a Founders Edition, right? So kind of the same thing. Anytime you back any sort of like Kickstarter campaigns, Gamefound campaigns, stuff like that, you can secure limited time only stuff that you'll get from backing this program. Obviously, a game made by fans for fans, the way it has to be. It's the same team that's behind Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the board game. They're making the card game, right? So it's the same team. Obviously, apparently, it's easy to learn, hard to master. We're going to watch the how to play after, and we can talk about that as well. The art on the cards is really nice as well. And then kind of why is it unique, right? So what's cool is designed for competitive play, but it's simple to learn, quick, and packed with tactical depth, right? So you'll have the ability to kind of like pick it up fast and then really, really master it. It's not, I mean, there's TCGs like Magic the Gathering, for example, that are extremely hard to pick up, but also extremely hard to master. This way, at least you can get in, start having fun, and play while you're kind of waiting for everything. This is kind of the how to play, so we're going to skip it for now. And this is the core starter set explained, right? So the Founders Edition, this situation, you need allies. So this starter has 2 complete decks for the Castle faction, led by Adela, and the Necropolis faction, led by Isra. So you can see the 2 factions here, Castle faction, Necropolis. So if you buy the starter set is going to obviously contain some extra pockets for additional faction decks. So the starter kit comes with its own deck box, essentially. So you can just pick it around. So what's cool is card quality. It's black core 310 GSM cards. So very, very good and thick cards. You'll kind of see it when we're playing with them after. The starter deck is going to include 45 Necropolis cards, 2 hero cards, obviously 1 Isra, 1 Adela, 45 castle cards. And in the 45, you have 3 holo cards as well. 310 GSM is gorgeous. 12 statistic cards, 10 solo cards, 6 location cards, 2 neoprene mats, which I'll show you. I have one of them in front of me here. Activation tokens, damage tokens, retaliation tokens, size tokens, and obviously an instruction booklet. And then you have expansions, kind of. What's cool with the expansions is that's a new faction, right? So it's the Tower faction. So you have the hero card, which is Solmir. It's like the lightning guy that we saw in the video. Obviously, its own deck, statistic cards, location cards, solo cards, and an instruction booklet. And then you have another expansion. You have the dungeon expansion. So they're already kind of like setting you up for like, okay, I want to just get the starter kit and see. Oh, I really like it. Let me, single expansion. Let me expand into this one. Or I don't really like, Tower faction, but I'm an edgelord because my name is Grenton. I'm going to go with the dungeon faction, right? So same thing. The name is still undecided, but same thing. You'll get the deck. You'll get statistic cards. You'll get some solo cards. You'll get some location cards. And then you have the Rampart expansion, which is like centaurs, unicorns, dragons, cool stuff like that. Same thing. Inferno expansion, which seems to be like demons and hell. Fortress expansions, right? Where you have, looks like Leviathan sort of thing, and almost looks like a aquatic faction, kind of. Stronghold faction, so Wolf Riders. Conflux expansion, so, arcane entities, which is super cool as well. And then obviously the stretch goals. So these are all like just expansions you can get. Stretch goals. So what's a stretch goal? Obviously, so stretch goals, additional content. This is what you can kind of back, right? So you have the Queen of Might and Magic big box for 129 euros. So this here will include core starter set, Necropolis and Castle, stretch goals component without separate box, tower starter set, dungeon starter set, Rampart, Inferno, Fortress, Stronghold, Conflux, so all the starter sets, and then additional hero pack might component content without the separate box. So you kind of get a ton of stuff here, right? You get the Necropolis, and you'll get all the stretch goals as well, which is really, really cool. Then you have the smaller pack here, which is the Adept pack, right? So the Adept pack will just give you the core starter set and stretch goals, which is great. So this is kind of, if you just want to get into it, 50 euros. I think this is a really, really good price because not only do you get all the stretch goals, but if you think about it, this as like a board game or like something you'll get to play at like a game night or something with like family, friends. This is a really low point of entry, in my opinion. Sovereign of Might and Magic. Then you have Queen of Might and Magic, which Queen of Might and Magic is the kind of the same thing we just talked about, where you'll get all of this, but you don't really get like their own big box like we see here, right? Where it comes in like a big box. And then obviously the big boy right here, Emperor of Antagaric. So you get a starter kit, stretch goal, tower, dungeon, Rampart, Inferno, Fortress, Stronghold, Conflicts. What's cool though is you get additional hero pack might and magic, and you get faction playmats for every faction, faction sleeves for every faction, hardcover art book, poster pack, eco leather deck wallet, and plastic token replacements. Like, this is the big boy. So stretch goals, they're at 27 out of 30 stretch goals unlocked. They're obviously mechanic component here, community stretch goal, first player coin they're adding here. Already unlocked. This is what they're working on still here. What they've unlocked: co-op scenarios, which is sick, troll cards, neutral unit cards, mass spell cards, epic hero cards, dead artifact cards, additional astrologer cards, Catherine Iron Fist hero card and unique combo artifact. So she's going to have her own artifact here. Mass haste cards, additional spell cards. So a lot of additional arts and cards being unlocked here in the stretch goals. Absolutely crushing it here. This is kind of sick. And then these are add-ons. Add-ons are super fun. Token pouch, more tokens, faction sleeves, which again, do they say who makes the sleeves? They don't. I'm curious though. I'm actually curious who makes a sleeve. I'll ask as well. And these are the faction playmats, which are super cool. So it's the exact same playmat, but it's stamped with the Founders Edition. And you can try the game for free on Tabletop Simulator, obviously. You have some, obviously, videos here. Yeah, look at, you have some content here from some content creators. We can watch a game or something as well and kind of talk about it. So here's the how to play. Let's find out how to play.
I'm Dave, and today I will be playing with Adela.
And I'm Simon, taking on the role of Isra. Today we'll be guiding you through the rules of Heroes of Might and Magic,
That's a really cool way to spell Simon.
the card game.
So gather your forces, assemble your army, and let's get onto that battlefield.
Let's talk about the anatomy of a card. In the top left, we have the cost of the card. In the case of this Lich, it's 1 attack and 4 power. In the top right of the card, we have the faction of the card. In the middle of the card, we have the card's name.
I guess this means he's not part of a faction?
Its traits. To the right of the name, we have the stats of the card.
Okay.
In the case of this Lich, it has 3 attack and 4 health. Below that, we have the special rules of the card. And in the bottom right, we have the movement of the card.
Each kingdom set comes with 1 hero card, 3 vanguard cards, a 45 card deck, and statistic cards. For the game, set all aside. 45 card deck stays in a specific order at the start, so don't shuffle it just yet.
Oh,
you
interesting.
also have vanguard cards and statistic cards ready.
Next, choose the first player randomly. In our case, it'll be Dave with Adela.
Each player places the hero card in the middle of their first row. I'll put Adela just here.
And Isra goes here in the middle row.
Both players draw to 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't like your hand, you can discard any number of cards and draw back up to 7.
Okay.
Those discarded cards are shuffled back into your deck.
Okay, so you can do a partial mulligan, which is cool.
So let's go over placing locations. I'm the first player, so I'm going to place Shrine of Magic face down just there.
And I'll place my resources over here.
I now place my Arrow Tower just here, face down.
And I'll place my temple right over here.
And here goes the Fountain of Youth. I'm going to put it just there.
And I place my sanctuary over here. Remember, only 1 location can be placed in each column.
Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on.
Remember, only 1 location. And I place my sanctuary over
Yeah, so you can only place 1 location. Boop, 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 boop.
here. Remember, only 1 location can be placed in each column. On your turn, you must choose one of 3 actions. Play a card, activate a unit, or your hero, or pass.
To play a card, you pay its cost with statistic cards. If it's a unit, place it next to your hero. When a unit enters the map, you put an activation token on it. That means it can't act this turn
Summoning sick.
unless an effect removes the token.
If you already have the same unit, you can discard a copy of the card to increase its size. Add a size token,
Oh.
and by default, the unit starts at size 1. As you can see here, when you increase the size of the unit, it doesn't have to be next to your hero.
Spells with ongoing traits stay attached to a unit until removed. Instant spells resolve immediately and are then discarded.
Artifacts usually give you an effect once per round. Using them doesn't count as an action.
And once per round, you may also play any card from your hand face down as an extra statistic card. That card can be used the same round.
Some cards also have the reaction trait. These cards can be played exactly when the card says so.
All right.
Now let's talk about activations. Each unit can be activated once per round. Ground units can move up to their move value and then attack an adjacent enemy. They can't move after they've attacked them.
Flying
Okay,
units
so move
can
then
move
attack.
through other units or heroes, but they can only stop if they want to increase the size. Same rule, no moving after attacking.
Ranged units work a bit differently. They can attack at a distance, but if an enemy is right next to them, they attack with disadvantage. If they attack from over 4 spaces away, they also attack with a disadvantage. And if they move that turn, they can't attack at all.
Oh, interesting.
Disadvantages means you calculate the damage and then half it, rounding up. Heroes move up to 3 spaces. If your hero enters a location, you can stop there and claim it by flipping it face up to your side. Do be aware that if you do claim a location, you lose the remaining movement. Units and locations you control are placed straight. Enemy ones are upside down.
But remember, units cannot claim new locations, only heroes. At the start of a new round, all activation and retaliation tokens are removed and each player draws 3 new cards. Once you've drawn new cards, you also refresh any statistic cards you used up during this round.
All right, give me some examples.
Let's have a look at combat. This angel attacks my bone dragon, both deal damage. The angel takes 4 damage, and my bone dragon takes 3 damage because of its unique ability. We now mark the angel with an activation token, and my dragon with a retaliation token.
Now a cavalier attacks the dragon with Bless. It deals 3 damage, equal the dragon's health. That reduces its size by 1. If a unit ever drops to size 0, it's removed from the bye-bye bone dragon. And since the dragon already retaliated, it cannot retaliate again this round.
Here we have a range attack. This archer will now attack my skeletons. This archer has a size of 2 and it deals 2 damage to my skeleton, which has 4 size tokens. That removes 2 of the size tokens. The skeleton, it will now move up and deal 3 damage to the archers, and the archer will then retaliate back, but with a disadvantage, so they only deal 1 damage.
You win in 2 ways. Either deal 20 damage to the enemy hero,
Or, if your opponent has no cards left in their deck, and no units on the map at the end of the round.
and that's all you need to be.
Damn, okay, so pretty simple, but
So, start summoning your creatures.
I could
capture
definitely
locations?
see some room for some fanciness. You know what I mean? Some fanciness. All right, here they talk about the big boys. I want to see if there's a video of the gameplay of people actually playing around. And then we have a little unboxing to do.
If you're tired of Magic the Gathering and looking for something else, Heroes of Might and Magic the card game is coming out soon and it's great. It's based on the popular video games, but you don't have to know the video games to like this. It's fun either way. You play as a separate faction with its own unique deck of cards. You'll have a hero on your back line and some face-down locations in the battlefield. It's a tactical card battle for 2 players where you will be playing cards from your hand and attacking your opponent. You start with some statistics, and this is how you're gonna pay for new cards. Like this card takes 2 shields. Tap these and boom, played. Once per round, you can turn a card from your hand into a statistic, giving yourself the ability to pay for more powerful cards in the future. You can also activate units already added to the board by moving them and attacking with them according to their attack power. Flying units can move through and over other units, and range units can attack from far away. There's also spells and artifacts and other types of cards in your deck that give you cool special abilities. One of the most unique and fun aspects of the game is increasing the size of a unit. If you pay for and play a card that matches a card already on the board, you increase its size. If 2 units that are the same meet on the board, they merge and increase in size. And when a unit attacks, it does damage equal to its attack value times its size. So you can do some huge attacks if you increase the size of a unit.
So pretty much
this game
every
builds
time.
strategic depth, and it's on Gamefound now.
Yeah, nice. Okay. It's cool. They have it in like different languages. That's sick. How about we do a little unboxing then, shall we? So, let me move this over here. They sent me over a sample pack, which is kind of what you saw that gentleman open in his video. And then obviously I have the mat that you'll see when I pull up the card cam. That mat, which is kind of like the board game-esque battlefield map. But yeah, so check out their Gamefound. What's cool is you can split up your payments. So even if you want to do the big pack, you don't have to dish out that like, 259 euros right off the bat. You could pay 5 payments of like 50 something euros. But yeah, this is a sample pack. So the sample pack is going to include about 120 various cards, dice. They don't really use the dice in the game anymore. That was something that was at the beginning. Some various tokens and a combat board. So, which I think is this. So let's take a look, shall we? So these are your tokens. So you have your size tokens, your tokens that show that they've been activated, retaliation tokens, and then damage counters, which is cool. Let's put those over here for now. Then we have the dice that, again, this is something that is not really used in the game anymore. And ooh, we have some foil cards. We're going to save those for later. And then we have some cards and strategy cards. So let's open this as, properly as I can. There we go. So first, let's take a little review of the card. Obviously, this is the Black Knight. These cards are 310 GCN. And I don't know if you can hear this. They are very thick. Like good thick. Art looks really good. Art looks really good on the card. And as you can see, the anatomy of the card, you have what you have to pay for it. So we have what looks like 3 copies of Black Knight. Looks like we have 3 copies of Lich, 3 copies of Vampire, 3 copies of White, which is a flying unit, 3 copies of The Walking Dead, 3 copies of Skeletons. So it's like Warhammer plus a card game. Yeah, kind of. Cavalier. So this is obviously, you can see the faction color at the top. So these ones are blue faction. These ones are the black faction. So Necropolis, and I believe these are castle factions. You have monks, swordsmen, griffin, pikemen, and then some more strategy cards here in the back. And then same thing here, we have something else. So what I'll do is I'll put these back together. We'll open this side, and then we're going to take a look at the foiling and talk about the foiling a bit, and then kind of get your guys' thoughts regarding the card game. So far, super pumped. Definitely going to play here with this sample pack and maybe record a video or 2 on it of gameplay as well. Black's always the coolest, just like an MTG. True. But they have a couple edgy factions here. They have the Inferno faction, which is like demons and like Cerberus looking kind of hellhounds. And then they have Necropolis, which is just like dead stuff. They have a bunch of different factions. So this we have here is more strategy cards. Oh, here we have some cards that the art isn't finished yet on. So this is a instant. So it's called Magic Arrow. Deal 1 damage to a unit. You don't need anything more than a Magic Arrow. There it is, chat. Anti-magic. So again, instant. Animate Dead. Choose an undead unit from your discard pile. Return all copies of that unit from the discard pile to your hand. So not as broken as Magic Animate Dead, but still very good. Then we have Weakness. Another, Magic Arrow with art. So maybe it's a different faction, I believe. So maybe the art, this is an Earth instant and this is a Water instant. So, okay, I see. A Cure. So remove up to 2 damage from a unit. Temple, which is, these are locations. Once per round, you may reduce a Sanctuary, Resources, Shield of Magic Gesture, Fountain of Youth, Arrow Tower, Isra, Adela. So these are the heroes for the 2 factions. So you have Adela, who is a cleric. Let's actually take a look at the heroes because they're kind of important. So you have Adela, who is a cleric. Once per round, if you play a spell on one of your units, play a Pikeman Vanguard for free and increase the size of your Pikeman unit by 1. When your units are under the effects of Bless, they roll an extra dice. Obviously, the dice, I think, isn't a part of the game anymore. So that card is probably going to get errata. Seems to be like someone wants to make, one pikeman go big. And then Isra, who's the Death Knight, says once per round, when one of your minion unit defeats an enemy unit, play a Skeleton Vanguard for free or return a skeleton unit from your discard pile to your hand. And then whenever you use the Necromancy ability, increase the size of your skeleton's unit by 1 at the end. So that is very cool. Helm of Chaos. So these are artifacts once per round, which gives you kind of an effect. Cards of Prophecy. Again, looks like an artifact. Once per round, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add one of them to your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. This is a crazy good card. Obviously, some tactics. Armorer. So this is equipment reactions. It looks like logistics and then leadership. So we have some units in here and then heroes plus other stuff in the second pile of the sample pack. Obviously, artwork is not fully finished yet. They just sent these samples out so we can show off the game for kind of the finished artworks and stuff. You can keep an eye on their Gamefound and kind of look at the updates there. And then we have what I think in here is foiled cards because there's a Bone Dragon on top that is foil. Or hollow, I should say. So let's take a look at these then. It all depends how they do the foiling, right? Because I'm going to make a blinged out deck. All right. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous foiling. I'm going to try to show you guys this as best I can. See this foiling? Like shattered glass in the back. Yeah, it's like gems behind it. Beautiful. All right, so that's the Bone Dragon. These, I guess, are like elite units. Oh, here we have a foiled skeleton. Kind of has the same foiling treatment as the Bone Dragon. That is so cool. I like that foiling a lot. We have the skeletons here. Ooh, angels. Where are my angel enjoyers? This is a really cool depiction of angels. Not a lot of TCGs do this, but you actually have like hands of the damned that are like reaching up to like try to grab the angel. But look at that foiling. Then we got an archer. Just Larry the Archer, nice and foiled up. Very nice. We have ongoing Bless foil here, which is cool. This actually looks really cool. Any Paladin enjoyers? Because this like is very Paladin. The foiling is just all here where the light is. They really made like the light actually like the foiling part. Amulet of the Undertaker. So nice little coffin-y amulet, which is really cool. Tome of Water, and my favorite, Necromancy. You may play this card whenever an enemy unit is removed as a result of an attack. Play a Skeleton Vanguard or Skeleton card from your discard pile for free. This seems sick. And that is the sample pack, ladies and gentlemen. So what's cool about Heroes of Might and Magic, like I mentioned, high fantasy. If you like that, you're gonna love this. What's awesome also is it's not a trading card game, right? It's an expandable card game. So what's cool is you'll be able to kind of just pick up a starter kit like we saw on the Gamefound, and you can just play with someone, right? You just rip open the box and you can play with someone. They also sent these cards, which I believe were the cards that were errata, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here's the Adela that was errata that doesn't talk about rolling dice anymore. Some Bone Dragon, Weakness, Armorer. Yeah, so they sent these errata cards because they had a dice roll mechanic in the game and then they decided to scrap it. So they sent all the cards that had to do with kind of like dice roll and stuff. They sent ones that don't have to do with that. So obviously Adela, old Adela, new Adela, all that fun stuff. This looks sick as it honestly, I am so excited. Like, I genuinely just want to play this game. So I'm gonna annoy my girlfriend until she plays this game, and that's kind of how we're gonna do it. So let's go back to the Gamefound real quick so I can show you guys. Again, what's really cool is come down here and you decide to buy the big pack, the big boy. You can stretch pay it. So instead of paying this all up front, you can do 5 payments of this. So it's a lot easier to stomach. What's cool is this is like the collector pledge, right? It's the big boy. It has over 800 cards, 11 of these playmats that you saw, faction-based playmats, 900 sleeves. So you can sleeve up every deck in its own faction sleeve, deck wallet, plastic token replacements, everything. Like, this is the big boy here. Because you'll get every single faction sleeve, every single expansion set. So you get the Tower faction, Dungeon faction, Rampart faction, Inferno, Fortress, Stronghold, and Conflux. Expensive as it really isn't, though, when you think about it. So if we think about it as a board game, most board games are about 80 bucks nowadays, Canadian dollars. So that is more in line with just the first pledge. This one here, 49 euros, right? This gives you 2 decks, Tower and Castle and Necropolis, right? 75 tokens and then 2 playmats. So this is a board game. You pick it up, you play it with someone. There you go, right? Now it's expandable. Obviously, this also gives you all the stretch goals, which is crazy value, right? So when you come down here and if you assume that, you know, this one here, for example, comes with some playmats and stuff like that for more money. This one here comes with, like, you know, deck boxes. So when you actually think about the 259 one, the big one, not even compared to Warhammer stuff, when you just think about the big one, expensive in cat, even so, like, hold on. So it's $400, right? $400. $400 gets you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decks, 11 playmats, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 10, 11, I think 11 sets of sleeves. That is insane value. And what's cool is, again, even though it is expensive when you do the conversion, what's cool is you can pay it over time. Be 5 payments of $52 with stretch pay with Gamefound. So it's not even like you have to drop that $400 Canadian right now, right? You can kind of pay it over time, which is super cool. And there's only 8 days left to back this product. The timetable is as follows. So 9th of October it goes live. 24th of October it ends, and then they're gonna leave the pledge manager open for Q1 of 2026. So what that means is, like, let's say you're unsure, you can probably like pick up an add-on or pick up the base pack, right? And then you'll have until the end of Q1 2026 to change your pledge. That's kind of what pledge manager is. And then it'll ship this time next year. So shipping costs, obviously they have kind of it outlined here. All costs are based on the estimated weight. Obviously, if you get the big boy, what's crazy is we actually almost have cheaper shipping than the US. You could tell it's kind of coming from Europe. Obviously all prices are in euro. So the shipping is kind of expensive too. If you get the biggest pack, it's almost 40 euros. If you get the smallest pack, it's 28 euros. And then obviously if you're a retail store and you want to reach out, then you can obviously reach out, try to get the game in your LGS or something like that. But yeah, that's Heroes of Might and Magic. I'll be making a video going over, you know, some of the cards, going over kind of like a little how to play, maybe some gameplay as well. If you are interested in Heroes of Might and Magic, the card game, again, like I mentioned, but there's only 8 days left. So by the way, these are 12 euros a pop. These are 10 euros a pop. You get, the Emperor bundle is crazy value. Just doing the math in my head right now. So yeah, if you think you're gonna kind of go hard, you can get a hero pack here as well, which includes 9 new hero cards, 1 unique hero per faction. Every pack contains the same heroes. So again, this is kind of how the difference between trading card games and expandable card games is, you know what you're buying in this compared to trading card games where you have that like Gamba version. And again, if you want, Tabletop Sim has it for free. I'll probably play a couple games. If you want to try the game before you buy it, get it in Tabletop Simulator, get a buddy, play the game, and then you can decide if you want to put a pledge out or not. But that is Heroes of Might and Magic. I'm actually extremely impressed with the quality of the cards. I'll come back to the card cam again, but just the quality of the cards for me is probably the highlight. It feels almost like their sleeve when I'm placing them down like this. Definitely either exactly the same as Magic cards or maybe a bit thicker. I'm not exactly sure what Magic cards are printed on. Feels really nice. Sleeved. They're standard size cards, so sleeves, standard sleeves should fit them, looks like, as well. Obviously, if you get the faction sleeves from there, you don't have to worry about that either. And if you guys want to see anything specific with Heroes of Might and Magic, let me know. Let me know how you want me to make content around it. If you want to do a little Heroes of Might and Magic night on Tabletop Sim in our Discord, we can do that as well. So the Emperor bundle, yeah, so let's go back to the bundles right before we end, just to kind of go over everything. So the Emperor bundle gets you the core starter set, Necropolis and Castle. You get all the stretch goals. You get the Tower starter expansion, so the Tower faction, the Dungeon faction, the Rampart faction, the Inferno faction, the Fortress faction, the Stronghold faction, the Conflict faction. So all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factions plus the 2 base, so all 9 factions. You get an additional hero pack for Might, an additional hero pack for Magic. You get all 9 playmats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all 9 faction sleeves. So just these playmats is 90 euros, and just these sleeves is 90 times 12. You get a hardcover art book, poster pack, eco leather deck wallet, and then some plastic token replacements. So the Emperor pack is essentially everything for 259 euros. Containing all content from the existing campaign, includes all exclusive collectible items such as faction playmats, and is packed with all individual boxes inside one big box. Like me as a person, like I would back this, because this is like it's a big box, right? And then in the big box you have little boxes, so like you can still store your stuff separately, which is very, very important for me, at least specifically. And then obviously all the stretch goals here, you can see that they've already unlocked. They've already unlocked a co-op scenario, so you can actually co-op with someone instead of just fighting 1v1. And there's going to be a dragon scenario. I believe this is a solo scenario that they're working towards now. There's 28,000 euros left to hit that. And then that is that. Yeah, so you can just choose, obviously add to pledge, calculate your shipping and everything like that in your pledge manager once you back. And yeah, you can pay in payments, right? So it's like, you can see here, 25 euros a month, 9 euros a month, 17 euros a month, 25 euros a month, and obviously 52 euros a month for the big one. You don't even have to chill it out all right now. 5 payments of 80, so 5 months, boom, 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 done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for taking the time to check out Heroes of Might and Magic with me. I'll be doing a video probably of the unboxing, as well as a little bit of a little YouTube short, and I'll be posting that, so look for that on my socials, and you guys can back the game. You have 8 days left, so make sure you don't waste too much time.